WNBA star Caitlin Clark labeled Taylor Swift 2.0 in telling locker room admission. At 23, Caitlin Clark is stretched beyond core, but she never stopped working. Even while recovering, she logged extra hours in the gym, showing as much frustration about not playing as determination to return. Her commitment already meets the standard expected of WNBA veterans, yet she carries the added weight of being the league's face. That rare blend of pressure and devotion reminded a coach of a very different kind of global superstar. With Caitlin, she's a hard worker because of what she's been able to accomplish, Indiana Fever head coach Stephanie White said while speaking on Sue Bird's podcast. But until you see that there are no wasted movements, no wasted reps, no wasted anything, you gain such a level of respect for how she goes about her work every day. Understanding the spotlight that she's on, understanding the weight that she carries because of who she is, she's literally like Taylor Swift 2.0. She's off doing everything all the time. But when she's there, she's working, White added. Clark and Taylor Swift may not draw inspiration from each other, but they've built an easy friendship, and their professionalism looks strikingly similar. Swift's grit shows in her chart-topping albums and constant reinvention. For Clark, it's no different. She delivered a Rookie of the Year season and shattered more than 19 records, matching that same relentless drive in her own arena. She led the league in assists. She fueled what fans now call the Caitlin Clark effect. Yet more than the accolades, she has a hunger to improve. As her former Iowa head coach, Lisa Blutter, once said, Caitlin wanted to be her best. And that's the same trait CC shares with Taylor Swift. The music sensation in her Netflix documentary, Miss Americana, learned that Reputation received no major Grammy nominations. But instead of sulking, she responded, I just have to make a better record. That mindset makes Taylor Swift 2.0 the perfect nickname for Clark. And now, the anticipation is for her to make a comeback. But before that, she's ensuring to make the most out of everything she's got. What's in store for the offseason? Despite playing only 13 games for the Fever in 2025, just 30% of the season, Caitlin Clark's absence didn't slow her financial rise. She earned $114,000 from her WNBA contract. However, she brought in an extraordinary $16.1 million in total income thanks to endorsements and off-court deals. But she is not just capitalizing on finances. Clark is making the most out of her off-season, too. She had attended Travis Kelce's game alongside Taylor Swift. She spent time on the golf course with teammates Sophie Cunningham and Lexi Hall as her caddies. And now she's preparing for the upcoming USA Basketball Women's National Team Training Camp in Durham, North Carolina, from December 12th to 14th. After last year's roster snub, our Taylor Swift 2.0 is determined to claim her spot on Team USA's senior squad. Will she be able to do that? The Indiana Fever locker room had seen its share of chaos, post-game celebrations, tearful speeches, ice baths that somehow always leaked, but nothing quite matched the electric buzz brewing on a chilly December evening. The Fever had just finished a gritty win, and reporters were gathering like bees around a newly bloomed flower. At the center of it all was Caitlin Clark, the rookie phenom whose popularity had already outgrown the hardwood. Caitlin sat on a folding chair, still catching her breath, a towel wrapped around her neck. There was a twinkle in her eyes, part exhaustion, part excitement, as she replayed the final shot in her head. She had drained a 32-footer with 18 seconds left, sealing the game and sending Gainbridge Fieldhouse into eruption. But tonight wasn't just about the shot. It was about what happened right after. Her teammate, veteran forward Erica Lawson, had burst into the locker room shouting a nickname that would soon go viral across every sports network and social feed in America. Okay everyone, make room for Taylor Swift 2.0. The stadium literally sounded like a concert out there. The room had erupted in laughter, with Caitlin burying her face in her hands as half the team began chanting lyrics, terrible, off-key lyrics, of whatever Taylor Swift song came to mind. Someone even held up a hairbrush like a microphone. At first, Caitlin played it off as another locker room joke. But when she looked up and saw the glow of cameras, the realization sank in. The nickname wasn't staying in these four walls. And it didn't. As reporters began their questions, Erica doubled down, stepping in front of Caitlin to deliver what would soon become the most replayed clip of the night. You ever hear a crowd scream so loud they drown out the buzzer? Erica said. That's Caitlin. That's Taylor Swift level chaos. I'm telling you, Taylor Swift 2.0. Caitlin laughed at the comparison, an almost embarrassed, wide-eyed laugh. Please don't put that on social media, she joked, which of course guaranteed that everyone would. But to the Fever, the label wasn't about fame or fandom alone. It was about impact. After the press left and the cameras dimmed, the team circled around Caitlin, the joking atmosphere softening into something more genuine. Coach Side stepped forward, leaning against the wall with crossed arms. You know why they call you that? She asked. Caitlin shrugged. Because you guys like to roast me? Erica nudged her. It's because you're changing the W, same way Taylor changed music. The room quieted. Everyone knew it was true. Caitlin wasn't just a star, she was altering the ecosystem of women's sports in real time. Every game felt like a spectacle. Road arenas sold out months in advance. Kids showed up with homemade logo Clark signs. Opponents played their best basketball simply because she was on the floor. You see all those little girls in Clark jerseys tonight? Kelsey Mitchell added. Man, I've been here a minute. I've never seen anything like that. Caitlin felt heat rise in her chest. She'd grown up idolizing players like Diana Taurasi and Maya Moore. To think that she could one day be that for someone else. It didn't feel real. The team spilled into conversation, stories about young fans they'd met that night, charity events, ticket sales numbers, and the Taylor Swift comparison kept resurfacing, half joke and half prophecy. No matter how many times Caitlin tried to brush it off, she couldn't ignore the warmth in her teammates' voices. Finally, she exhaled. Okay, she said. But if I'm Taylor Swift 2.0, someone else has to be my Travis Kelce. The locker room exploded with laughter. Even the rookies doubled over, slapping the lockers. You volunteering? Grace Berger teased. Nope, Caitlin said firmly. That job is taken. It was the most she'd ever admitted publicly about her relationship with Connor McCaffrey, but in the locker room, her safe space, it came out naturally. And her teammates pounced. Erica fanned the air dramatically. Breaking news. Someone record this. Connor is the Kelce to her Swift. Her teammates' laughter echoed through the room, but it wasn't mocking. It was affectionate. It was the sound of a team that knew each other deeply. But beneath the jokes lay the real story. Caitlin Clark was navigating a fame few athletes, men or women, had ever experienced so early in their careers. Paparazzi outside restaurants. Autograph seekers waiting outside the team bus. Media cycles that refreshed every hour. It could easily overwhelm anyone.